Hello, Main Queen here, Life After Money. I'm struggling to get this one out actually, so this is number 4. Oh dear. Changing a negative into a positive, right? Things happen to us which we don't like. We find ourselves in situations where we don't want to be. How do you get over that? Well, I've got my methods. I'm able to change a negative into a positive. I always look for positive things. I'm not a negative person at all. I'll give you a couple of instances where something happened to me which could have been a whole lot worse than what it was. But with my positive attitude, then I got through it. So, my car was damaged in a car park. Someone backed into it. Some friends came to tell me about this because I was in the building. I went out to have a look and the front was a bit bashed up. I looked at it. My friends were absolutely amazed that I didn't rant and rave. I could have cried, could have screamed and shouted, oh my God, why has somebody done this to me? But I looked at it and I thought calmly, yes, the bumper is bent, still drivable probably. But my friends were absolutely amazed that I wasn't angry. They said, are you not going to shout? And I said, no, what would be the point? The damage has been done. It won't make things any better. So I controlled my feelings, controlled my temper. I accepted the situation as it was. I've got a bashed up car. Never mind. It can be repaired. So another time, years later, another car was smashed up to bits actually. Someone drove into it while it was parked, and I got back just in time to see this taxi driver loading his car onto a breakdown truck. I got all his details on him, and I was quite sad that my poor Ford Focus was really smashed up. But I thought, it's done, what can I do about it? So, claimed on the insurance. Insurance gave me a runabout car, which I had a BMW for 12 weeks to run about in, which I didn't really want. But yes, the insurance paid out and I got a new car. So there would have been no point in me losing my temper, shouting and wailing, because it would not have changed what's happened. What has happened has happened. It's how I deal with it that's important. Right, I've chosen boyfriends wrongly. 3 times in fact. They've been big disasters. But and I've chosen men that have wanted to control me. Have you ever met a control freak? Good grief, steer clear of them. It's terrible. Questions, accusations, insinuations. They want to know where you've been, who you've been talking to, what's been said. Oh dear me. But I stuck it for a while, 3 times. But then eventually I thought, this is not right. This is not what a relationship is supposed to be about. So I got out. And luckily I did, because luckily I wasn't married to them. Now that would have been a disaster if I'd have married them, wouldn't it? So I thought, what have I got myself into now with this person who is giving me hell? And I thought, get out. There is a way out. I wanted a career change. I wanted to be self-employed. I bought a catering trailer to serve snacks in a lay-by. All went well, lovely trailer. But I then found out what the job entailed, getting up at 4 in the morning, getting the generator in the trailer, hitching up to the car, getting onto the industrial estate, sorting everything out, start the food cooking, waiting for customers. But I did it in November. Silly time to start. Also, I thought I could cope with the fact that I was serving meat. I thought, well, I don't eat meat, but, you know, if other people want to, that's up to them. So I, got the bacon on, the sausages on. And after a few weeks, I thought, this is making me feel sick. I really can't do that. So I stopped, put the trailer up for sale. It sold quite quickly. I did lose about £1,000 on it, but I recovered because I went out and got a job. Bank balance was rock bottom. My little expedition into catering trailer. I should have thought it out beforehand, but anyway, it had happened. It was my decision. I did it. But now I have to get myself out of it. So I got a job, and that was it. Went back to lorry driving. I got stopped for speeding when I first started lorry driving. I never noticed that I was in a 30 limit. I was doing a 40. Policeman stopped me. I apologised. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't know. So luckily I got a nice policeman and he let me off. So I'm thinking that was a wake-up call. Oh, watch your speed limits. All the time, watch your speed limits. So I was grateful to him. It could have been worse. I could have got points on my licence, which could have eventually got me banned from driving. So I went on to drive for 32 years after that. So, changing a negative into a positive, is it easy? Well, not for some people it isn't. I do find it quite easy because I have this positive outlook on life. If things are not so good, I sometimes think, well, they could be worse, but they're not. And I can make them better. I think there's always a way to get out of a situation, to move on. You have to look for that way to get on. You have to look for a way to get yourself out of a situation, out of a place you don't want to be. What else can I say? You might think that there's no way out, but there is a way out, always. The only thing which is important is that you keep your health and fitness. You might be with a person you don't want to be with. Move on. Just move on. Sometimes life can be very crappy. That's a good word, isn't it? I like that word. Life can be crap. But it doesn't always have to be. If you want it to be crap, you can make it crap. But I don't. So I've got this thing about positive, get rid of the negatives, move them over to positives. Right, how can I explain that more? I'm not really sure. But it is something you have to practice. It really is. Think about something that's really happened to you recently or maybe in the past, and how did you move on? Or if it's happening now, how do you intend to move on? Because we all have to move on. We do, we have to move on. There is no going back. So, you broke something, you've lost something, somebody's been horrible to you, somebody's been rude to you, cheeky to you, you've been trolled on the internet. I just think, oh, it's their problem, it's not mine. Not mine at all. So, I will stop now because I'm going to go outside. It's a nice day. Got my layers on. I'm going to sort my wood store out outside. And please try change your negatives into positives. Think about the worst case scenario. Think about the best case scenario. If something's happened, think about how lucky you were that it wasn't worse than that. Okay, Life After Money Mean Queen checking out. Bye.